Okay, folks, this is our last tip and trick for the day. It's a Windows 10 tip or trick, and this is kind of a tough one. We'll see how we do here. I wanted to discuss setting up another user account in your Windows 10. Perhaps you have a family member that wants to use your computer, but you don't want them having access to your desktop, to your icons, to your document files. Like when I hit on the little file folder and when I hit documents, these are all of your documents. This is what we call a profile in Windows 10. Your desktop, your icons, your documents. And there's a reason for setting up additional user profiles to kind of keep them separate, to keep them off. But there's another reason that I really wanted to bring out today, and that is, and lately this has been kind of bugging me. In the event that you were to be surfing the internet and pick up some kind of virus or malware or something nasty that gets into your profile, then all of a sudden your profile is kind of just messed up. And unless you have another user account to snap to or go to, you may be starting from scratch with your computer. If you have another user account or profile and your default one is messed up, you can switch over to it and maybe try to run like a Norton or a McAfee or something to clean up the system. So I would like to show you how this works a little bit today. And we're going to, in order to set up a user account, the way that I'm going to do it is to get into the control panel. And I use the Cortana or the search button, and I just type in control panel. I'm lazy. That's just how I've always learned to do it. And I'm going to click on the control panel and open that up. Now, you've probably been in the control panel before, but this is where all of your settings are for your Windows 10. Now, if it looks different on your computer, it could be because you're viewing it different. There's a view by category, and there's a view by large icons or view by small icons. And it does look different, but I'm going to go to that view by category. And I want user accounts, so I'm going to click on this. And I want user accounts again, click again. And here we have me, Heather Monkern. And I want to manage another account. So I'm going to click on manage another account. And right now I have two profiles set up in here for me. They're linked to two different email addresses. And then I have this backup user, which is a local account. It is not linked to an email address. It's just an account or profile that's on this computer. It doesn't need to be connected to the internet per se, linked to an internet email. Now, you'll notice that my accounts are administrator accounts. This is just a local account here, but the administrator account gives me the full rights and privileges to set up users. So if you're doing this right now, you have to be logged in as an administrator to set up other user accounts. I'm going to hit add a new user down here, and I'm going to, you have choices, and this gets very complicated, so I'm going to try to keep it simple. You can add a family member, or you can just add someone else to the PC. And if I add someone else, it wants you to link an email address for that person, but I'm going to say that I don't have this person's sign-in information. And so I'm just going to, and I'm going to say add a user without a Microsoft account, meaning I don't need them, and I don't need them to be having an email or attached to the internet. So we're going to call this John Brown. We're going to make a secure password, and I would never ever do this, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to make it his name again. Now, as I'm typing the password, it's not showing me the letters. His name. Okay, so his username and his password is the same. Not a good idea normally, but to make it easy for the video, we're going to hit next, and then you can see we have John Brown set up here. Now, when I click on John Brown, I can change his account type. in the event that you think that John Brown is a profile that you're going to use later, if something gets messed up in your administrator profile, you may also want to make this an administrator profile as well. Okay, which I just did. So now that I have this user account set up, I'm going to X out of this screen, and I can't really do this and maintain the video that I'm producing, but if you wanted to switch over to that profile, you would click on your start menu and clear up at the top. You would click on your users, and you can see your new user is here, and you will click and it will log you into that profile. Now, if I was starting the computer up from scratch, from a cold boot, it would give me the logon screen where it would let any one of these users log on as is. So again, setting up a user account is a great idea in the event that your main account gets corrupted or polluted or infected in some way. You always have a backup account to go with. So this is a Windows 10. You may tip or trick, you may find this not work exactly the same in another operating system, but the concept will be the same.